One podcast. I am Cheyenne Ortiz. You can now get me on Twitter at Cheyenne Ortiz _. I changed my Twitter handle yesterday to actually use it this time.
Did you follow me?
I did follow you. Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did. If not, I got the laptop here.
Is that supposed to be like Shawn Michaels had his underscore and Matt Striker's?
Yeah, I tried to do the real Cheyenne Ortiz, but
it didn't work.
It didn't work, and then it didn't let me do all the.
You know what? I tried to do. I'm Joey Image, by the way.
Joey Image, 250 pounds of svelte, chiseled man.
I tried to do at real Joey Image, and it said name is already taken.
Yeah, there's a lot of names.
Then I look up that name, and it says this account has been suspended.
Yeah, there's a lot of names that say that, and it's not the case.
Yeah, I don't know if it was someone impersonating me, because I've had 23 fakes of me made by Twitter trolls.
Okay.
Or
why so many fakes?
Because back in the day when I was a bad guy wrestler, I would go on there and shit talk fans because I was a heel, and they would get super personal and go back. They would come back at me, but to the point where I've had my phone number, my home address posted publicly online.
Oh my God!
I don't know how they got it. There's been 23 different fake accounts made of me. Several of them involved me wanting sexual relations with men, which is not my style. But
oh my God!
Yeah.
Did you? And you never found any of the culprits?
I don't know who made which accounts, but I have confronted some trolls before that have shit talked me, and in fact I remember 5 from a couple of years ago that once I found out where they lived and worked, they all stopped. Got it. And one of them worked at a Walmart in Pennsylvania that I used to frequent all the time when I would work shows up there. So that's how he heard of me. And then another one who I still talk to this day, we actually became buddies.
Wow.
He sent me an email.
That was very big of you. I would not have been able to do that.
The stuff got super, super personal, and to the point where there were times where I almost feared for my life. I was like, these dudes are putting my phone number and my home address are posting it online.
Yeah, that's obviously
that's going too far.
Past the line right there.
And
by the way, I forgot the password I made just yesterday already, so now I have to reset the damn thing again.
I look at that. I follow you. You don't follow me.
Is that how it is? No, I went to follow you yesterday. How about my banner?
I saw that.
Is that cool? Is that cool or what? I have the NES, Super NES, WWF Royal Rumble backdrop with every character from both Genesis and Super NES.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Twitter trolls are a scary thing sometimes.
And I know people laugh at that, but the internet and just people trolling is some scary stuff.
Some of it is goofy and wacky and funny, and that's fine. But I'll give you an example of an actual situation that happened to me. Okay. Again, I was a heel / bad guy wrestler, so I would just go on there and trash talk anybody I could. My opponents, fans, anybody. Yeah. But the thing is, people claim that everyone claims to be smart to the business, quote unquote. So
everybody's smart to the business when they have a keyboard, but go on.
Well, yeah. So they should. That's what it is. It's keyboard warriors. So they should know that I'm playing a character. But I have been called online. I've been called a rapist. I've been called a pedophile. I've been called a homosexual, which I don't care about that because I'm not gay, but I'm comfortable enough with my straightness to. People could say that. It's not true. Yeah. But that's, the rapist and the pedophile thing, that's a pretty heavy accusation.
Yeah, absolutely. That's criminal.
So that resulted in 2 promoters who wanted to book me during the year that I got hurt. So I hurt my neck in November of 2012. So during that year, there were 2 promoters whose names I won't mention that I was in contact with.
In the New Jersey area?
Yeah. Okay. One Pennsylvania, one New Jersey. Okay. Who said, hey, we wanted to book you, but we looked you up and we found A, B, and C, and we don't want that on our shows. And I'm like, none of it's legit. It's all just bullshit because I'm a heel. It's because, this is what these people do. And they were both, I don't know, to their credit or whatever, but they were both guys that were not computer literate. Okay. So they really didn't understand the whole, what even a troll is and stuff like that. So when that happened, I took that as now that's money out of my pocket. Absolutely. Because of bullshit lies that trolls are making up. And, if you go on there and say, oh, Joey Image is an asshole, he's a dick, and he sucks in the ring, that's fine. I'm a heel. You're allowed to say that. But for people that have never, ever met me, to go on there and go, oh, this guy's a rapist and a pedophile.
That's pushing a line because now you're messing with somebody's reputation.
Right.
And now you're messing with somebody's work.
Exactly.
Because you were at a point in your life where you were trying to make wrestling as a way to make a living, if nothing else. You know. Yes. And now I'm following you on Twitter because I remember my damn password.
Yeah. In fact, if you look on my blog, and I'll link you to this because we're talking about it, but there's a there was one of these trolls who I found out where he lived and his name and everything, and he I guess I don't remember if I outed him on Twitter or something like that, just that I knew who he was or whatever. But he actually sent me an email on Facebook saying, "Oh, you know, would you ever consider maybe unblocking me?" And you know, I'm sorry and blah blah. So I wrote this whole long thing back saying, "Absolutely not. Like, why would I do that? Like, I'm like, you know, like it's online bullying, which really sounds stupid to me because I feel like I'm an adult. I shouldn't feel that way.
Yeah,
like,
that's something that
I shouldn't be complaining about online bullying. But when it took money out of my pocket, literally, and because it was from two people.
How many books did you lose from that?
Well, I only know of the two. The two promoters.
Just those two. Okay.
But I mean, I don't know if it was only one show that they each would have needed me for, or multiple, or what.
Right.
So
a long-term deal.
Yeah. So who knows how much money literally was taken out of my pocket? That's why I got pissed off. But yeah, it's I don't understand how people even got my phone number. It's never been posted on Twitter, but you know, I email it to people on Facebook and stuff if they need something, or I think it may have actually been on my Facebook account.
No, forward me that post. I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah, the home address thing that kind of freaked me out.
So, is it easy to say that of all athletes, professional wrestlers get it the hardest via social media? Is that a statement we can say with confidence? I feel that way.
I almost feel that way because we're 9 times out of 10 we're not actually us. We're just playing a character. Mm-hmm. And fans are not differentiating.
There's some wrestlers that have their Twitters and they're themselves.
Well, right, but I mean, but there's a lot of times where we're just being a gimmick or character, and fans are not separating me, Joe, from Joey Image.
Right.
So, you know, like when stuff like that happens, that's kind of freaky. I mean, and again, I don't even know where the hell half these people got. I don't know where this dude got my.
Well, I stand by the fact that professional wrestlers get it the worst on social media than any other.
You know what was funny though? One funny, not funny, haha, but funny like coincidental.
Not when Seth Rollins' PP pictures got out, right?
No. This was involving me. I don't care about him.
Okay.
This was another
so vain image guy.
Another. Well, we were talking about me and my Twitter. This was another guy that used to troll me on Twitter, and then another troll outed him with his.
Wow.
Real name,
so we had troll
information,
wars.
And address.
We had troll wars.
And I was the first one that responded saying, hey, what happened? And he was like, and then off the bat, right from that point on, him and I were online buddies.
Right.
And people were sending me DMs like, wow, that's so cool that you like did that. His name was Jamie. And his Twitter used to be @WrestlingTroll.
Okay.
RASSLINTROLL. So that's how I knew right away he was a troll, and he used to fuck with me all the time. And then once someone exposed his real name, he was like 14 too, and like his address and his phone number, he was like, what the fuck, like why would you do that? And so I kind of came to his aid, I guess you would call it, even though for at least 2 years he had been shit talking me every single day.
Wow.
But I figure like as much as like I hate all that kind of trolly bullshit and I think it's stupid and I don't know how the hell I got targeted to begin with. If someone needs my help and I can help them, I will.
Absolutely, you are a very kind man, I have to say.
I mean, it's not even just like that. It's, you know, monetarily too. If someone needs my help and they supposedly hate me and I hate them or whatever, but I can help, I will.
Later on in the show today, we've got Mike Donovan, one half of the Ace Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, his partner Ricky Richards. They just had a knockdown drag-out match at Ace Anarchy, which you were here for.
Right.
They took on Mike Orlando and Alvin Alvarez. Right now, how do you feel about the tag team division here in Ace, considering that we're going to have one half of the tag team champions here on the show today?
There's a lot of great teams that are vying for that top spot.
Yeah, it's like the resurgence of the division here in Ace, I have to say.
And the first time when they won the tag titles, that was the first time I had seen them
as a team.
Yes, team up.
Okay.
So when they won the tag titles,
they defeated the Defiance, who in their eyes never lost the titles.
Well, when they won the belts that first time I saw them, I knew right away that they were going to be something special.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Mike Donovan on later. He's a tremendous athlete.
He really is one of the best conditioned athletes on the indie scene right now. Best shape, well-rounded, cardio like nobody's business.
Oh, he just came back from doing cardio 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's out there working out today.
He's been out there working,
at the Morgan Junior Arena. Before we get into the interview later on, I got something for you. You are familiar with the game Kill, Marry, Fuck, right?
Yes, sir.
I've got the wrestling version of that. It's fire one, put one over, and induct one.
Put one over as in let them
beat you.
Yeah,
Let's go that way.
They win a match.
I don't want you blowing anyone in the locker room for a push in a fictional sense.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, so I'm going to give you 3, and then you got to give me 3. All right, so I'll start with you. Are you ready?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, here we go. Rick Rude, Kurt Hennig, Randy Savage. I gave you a hard one first.
What is it? A higher one?
You got to fire one.
Right, fire.
Put one over.
Oh, fire, put one over, and then put one over.
And induct one. That one stirred a lot of debate when we were doing a test run in the car.
What was it again? Yesterday. Perfect, Rude, and Macho?
Hennig and Macho.
Jesus Christmas. Start off right with that.
I gotta shoot you with a hard one.
Minor leagues in this game. It's just right at the top.
I got humorous ones, too. I'm going to hit you with all the ones we did in the car yesterday.
Oh, man. And I'm trying to come up with an answer quick because I don't want to be silent while I'm thinking about it because we had dead air.
Rapid fire. Go.
All right. Hall of Fame, Macho.
Okay.
What was the other two? Oh, Perfect, put over, and Rude fire.
Really?
I think because I can explain this too.
Okay.
First of all, Mr. Perfect was one of my favorite wrestlers. When he passed away, the next match, he passed away during the week, I think. And
he was a midweek then.
And I had a match that Saturday, and I did the Perfect Plex, and I won the match with it. I did the whole, now you're going to see a Perfect Plex thing. And I did it, and I won. It was awesome.
Okay.
So he's always been one of my favorites, so I would gladly put him over any day of the week.
Any Rick Rude beef?
1 sec. Macho Man deserves to be in the Hall of Fame anyway.
Okay. He's in now.
Right. So I base this on if he wasn't in it. But he's always deserved it, so that's why. But the Rick Rude firing thing is because I feel he can't be trusted because of the WWE.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I showed up on Nitro live the same night that I was on a taped Raw.
Okay, so you would get rid of him right away because he's the mole.
Right, exactly, because he's the one that can't be trusted.
Give me 3. Come on.
Oh, man.
Hard or humorous, whatever. Give me 3.
All right. Jake Roberts.
Okay.
Rick Martel.
Okay.
Owen Hart.
Oh, wow. I was going to induct Rick Martel until you said that. All right, I'm going to fire. Really? I'm going to fire Jake, put over Owen, and induct Rick Martel.
Induct Rick Martel over Owen?
Oh yeah, I'm going to induct Owen. I keep forgetting. To me, he's in without being in. I'm going to induct Owen, put over Rick Martel, and fire Jake. I think chicken's done. That's what I would do. All right, I'm going to give you. Here we go. Demolition, the Road Warriors, the Powers of Payne.
Oh my God, they're all like almost one of those 3 teams are almost interchangeable.
Okay.
Oh my God, I got to induct Demolition. I got to fire the Powers, and I got to put over the Road Warriors.
Okay, give me one.
Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
Fruit Loops.
Okay.
Count Chocula.
I would fire Count Chocula. I would.
Why? Because he's black?
Pretty much no.
Well, he's brown. I mean,
I would induct Fruit Loops. I would put over Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
Here we go. Snap, crackle, and pop.
Oh man, I would fire the crackle guy because all my bones crackle, so I hear from him.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would put Pop in Hall of Fame because it's actually no. I'm sorry. I would put over Pop.
Okay.
I wouldn't put him in the Hall of Fame because I'm a heel. I don't want to pop.
Okay.
And then I'd induct the third guy.
That's a good logic. That's a good logic. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a heel. I don't want pop.
Here we go.
I want heat.
The T-1000, the 80s Terminator, and Jonathan Reese.
Jonathan Reese?
The guy who saved Sarah Connor but never comes back until the newest movie.
Oh, God. Wow, I forgot. Well, I'd fire him because he's obviously forgettable.
Okay.
I've seen every movie except for the new one, and I haven't.
Very good. It's very good.
I haven't.
I saw it. It's very good.
It's on my Plex server, which I'll connect you to.
Yes, please do.
T1000 I would put over.
Okay.
I've never seen a white guy run that fast.
And you would induct Arnold?
And I would induct the original, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you... Okay.
Oh, wait. It's my turn. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, it is. It is your turn. I'm sorry.
King Harley Race.
Ooh.
King Haku. King Jerry Lawler.
No Jimmy King? Jimmy King's got to get inducted. Oh, wow.
Jimmy King is always ready to rumble.
Tough.
I was going to say King Hacksaw Duggan.
I'm gonna swerve you. I'm gonna induct King Haku because Haku should be in the Hall of Fame already. I'm gonna put over Harley because if I don't, he's gonna beat the shit out of me. And I'm gonna fire Lawler only because he's been fired before, so I don't feel as bad. But that is so tough for me.
I like that strategy.
Yes.
Lawler's been fired in the past, so it won't be that big of a deal.
Yeah, he'll probably just go home and join the Indy Fed and work every weekend anyway, and get great money either way.
That's amazing. I like that. That's a really good strategy.
That's what I would do. Oh wow. Okay. D'Lo Brown, The Godfather, and Farouk.
I would put over D'Lo Brown.
Okay.
I would fire The Godfather.
Oh my God! Why?
Because he'd never let me have any of his women.
Okay, fair enough.
And I would, I would induct Ron Simmons. I would induct Farouk as Ron Simmons.
Okay.
If I could.
That's fair enough. We're going to take a couple words from our sponsors here on Studio One. Later on, we got Mike Donovan on the program, and it's SummerSlam week. We're going to talk about even here in Studio One. We'll be right back, guys. Always want to be a professional wrestler? Then learn now. Do you want to be a wrestler, manager, commentator, or anything in the business? Then come join the Ace Pro Wrestling Academy. 67 Hathaway Street, Wallington, New Jersey. Learn from the best to be the best. The Ace Pro Wrestling Academy is open. Ace for life. Saturday night, August the 29th, join American Championship Entertainment as we partner up with the New Jersey Food and Clothing Rescue Network and a charity show to raise funds for a wonderful cause. See Ace superstars like Astro Morales, Andrew Tiny Johnson, Joey Adams, Mike Donovan, Ricky Richards, and so many more. All proceeds go to benefit the New Jersey Food and Clothing Rescue Network. That's Saturday night, August the 29th at 67 Hathaway Street, the Morgan Junior Arena in Wallington, New Jersey. Help us help others. For more information, log on to aceprowrestling.com or facebook.com/Ace Wrestling.
On September 5th in the Morgan Junior Arena in beautiful Wallington, New Jersey, American Championship Entertainment proudly presents Collision Course. In the main event, Ace Heavyweight Champion TJ Marconi goes one-on-one with former champion Vince Steele. In six-man tag team action, Hollywood Enterprise with Mike Lewis at ringside face off with Andrew Tiny Johnson and Ace tag team champions Mike Donovan and Ricky Richards. Azrael goes one-on-one with Ricky Reyes in a strong style showdown. That and so much more. Ace Pro Wrestling proudly presents Collision Course on September 5th in the Morgan Junior Arena in beautiful Wallington, New Jersey. For tickets, please go to aceprowrestling.com.
We're back on the Studio One podcast. My guest this week, along with Joey and myself, Mike Donovan, one of the longest tenured veterans here in the Ace locker room. It's good to have you here, sir.
Great to be here.
You're here at the Morgan Junior Arena today training with some of the young students and some of the other veterans. What was it like today? What was the training session like?
Exhausting. It's pretty hot outside, and we weren't actually in the facility where it's nicely air conditioned. We actually went outside and did some cardio, which a lot of guys seem to miss out on doing nowadays. They just want to go in the ring and roll around for about 3 hours. And they should really get their cardio up because that's what really matters when it comes down to the bottom of the ninth, which is really the referee telling us to go home. You'll see how some guys are pretty sloppy and how some guys, you can tell the pros from as everybody likes to say, the jabronis.
Joey, as a veteran yourself, do you agree with that statement with the cardio and all that stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
Is the stamina and the conditioning part of wrestling lost, or is it just not cared for as much?
Not even that it's not cared for. I don't even think it's respected as much as it should be. It's definitely missing though. Like Donovan said, you could be like myself. You could be like a bigger guy, not jacked and not 6'10" and blah blah blah. But if your cardio is good, you can still go. And I think a lot of that's not respected.
I see. Now, I got to ask you, I always ask all my guests this, how did you start in the wrestling business?
Pretty generic. Woke up one morning, my father was watching Superstars on Saturday.
Okay.
And there it is.
Who exactly who was the first guy that you saw that made you go, I want to do that? Because, like, a lot of times when you see wrestlers, you kind of can tell who it is that they're into and not into. What I like about you is you're very, very original. Not just as a wrestler, but as a person. So I've always want to ask, who was it that did it for you growing up?
Honestly, Shawn Michaels.
Really?
I saw him.
I would have never, well, off camera I would have guessed that, but I would have never guessed that otherwise.
No, really, I saw him. Saw the way he goes
was he in the tag
ring.
Team already, or is he already singles?
No, he was in the tag team.
Oh, he was still in the Rockers.
Yeah, this was around the time where he actually started standing out from the group.
Okay.
And you started
the barbershop window incident.
A little prior to that, you started seeing his.
Nobody mentions the other guy's name. Sorry.
His name is Marty Jannetty. Okay. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows.
It was just like he was in a tag team with that other guy in the barbershop.
Everyone knows his name. They just choose not to say it. But he was starting to stand out from the Rockers.
Sorry.
He started standing out from the Rockers, and you just saw his shades of gray and started digging that. You know, I feel like I'm not saying I was one of the first people to actually dig the shades of gray type deal.
Okay.
But I think I was one of probably a handful of people that actually at that time was just like, whoa, that's actually pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's not just your stereotypical, come on, let's go, good guy. He started, you know, slowly turning into, you know, I just want to get my stuff off. I just want to be the guy. And it showed a lot. And he really stood out from the tag team up until the point that, you know, he obviously did the whole barbershop incident.
Now, were you one of those fans that it was strictly Shawn Michaels for you, or were there other guys that did it too? Because for me, it was strictly Randy Savage early on.
No, it was strictly Shawn. During the time that Shawn started, when he broke off and started doing his own thing. Prior to that, my mother swears that I was a big Hulk Hogan fan. I don't remember that. I remember liking Andre and which is totally not my style because I'm not a big guy.
Yeah.
I'm small compared to that. But I remember liking Andre, Jake, you know, Savage when he did the Macho King stuff, things like that. I dug those things.
Were you strictly a WWF guy fan-wise, or? I
was a WWF fan, and then one day I just was switching channels and I stumbled upon WCW.
Okay.
And I saw Sting. I remember the first episode I saw. Sting was doing this whole gimmick where they were trying to have him open up a box, and one time there was a female that came out, he smacked her on the ass, and then the next time it was Vader that came out and beat the crap out of him.
Okay. It was actually Abdullah the Butcher. I'm sorry to correct you like that, but it was Abdullah the Butcher.
Whatever.
Just a little trivia session.
Another big guy.
Yeah. So, how did you get into the training and starting your career as a pro wrestler? You've been in it 12 years now.
11 going on 12.
Going on 12? Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I started out like any other kid. They saw their friends playing around. Okay. They said, hey, I want to do that. And started playing around. So you started
as a yarder?
Yeah.
Okay.
But kind of weird, though, because I was in high school. My buddies were doing it.
Were you in Jersey or New York?
I was in New York. Okay. I was living in Brooklyn at that time.
Okay. What high school did you go to?
I went to junior high school 22.
Okay.
On the Lower East Side.
Yes.
And then I went to Seward Park with Malik. That's where I met actually Jamal Jackson.
Yes.
And a couple of other Goonies that we know.
The legendary Steve Stallion.
Yeah, screw him. So then we started fooling around there. Saw the guys actually fooling around at the doghouse and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I was actually invited by Grim Reaper to stay and watch the show. Mm-hmm. Once I saw that show, I was hooked. Okay. I was like, I need to become a wrestler. That's literally, it wasn't watching WWF. It wasn't watching WCW.
Your first live indie show.
Yeah, it wasn't watching ECW. It was watching my first indie show.
Okay.
I saw Matt Lariat do a crossbody in the corner.
Okay.
Hint, hint, where I got it from.
Okay.
And when just the action I saw from there, I was just like, I've got to try this out. If I don't try it out, I'm going to kick myself in the ass. I've got to give it a shot. I know I can do it. And guy who used to wrestle here when we were in Union City by the name of Dan Payne.
I know the name.
He grabbed me up one day. He was doing shows, and he just said, hey, you want to learn? And I was like, of course. Literally took my first bumps on a gym mat in back of his house.
Okay.
Learned my first bumps there. Maybe did that for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
Then he tried to sneak me on a show, Arena of Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Famous old, I think his name is Pedro or something.
Okay.
He used to, hurry up, get out the ring. Time over.
Okay.
Go home. He would do that literally during the shows. Did my first match there, which was the shizzles. Literally 2 minutes into the match, gave the guy a belly to back. He didn't even know what a belly to back was, and I was the greenhorn.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long was he wrestling?
He was wrestling, according to him, for about 13 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He didn't know what a belly to back was or a Northern Light suplex.
That means about 13 months, but go on.
Yep. Gave him a belly to back, and the ring broke. That was my first match.
Whoa.
Yes.
Did you have to pay for the ring?
No. I think the ring was already about to break, and I just helped it out. Because before that, what was his name? Big black dude from Doghouse. I forgot his name.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
No, not Lathon.
No, Lathon was running it at that time.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were.
I forgot his name, but he was in there prior to me, and I guess he loosened it up, and I was the light little feather that broke it down.
Okay.
After that, then he said, hey, there's a spot that opened up in Union City. I can probably get you in there. You just got to come train all the time, learn your stuff, and you'll team up with me, so you'll be able to get in there quick.
Okay.
Which is where I went, and I met Mike.
Okay. So you started in AWA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Started in AWA.
Who were some of the names that were there at the time?
Rob Vegas, okay. Pinky Sanchez, when Pinky was actually Dirty Sanchez, and then Mike converted him into Pinky Sanchez, making him Pinky Sanchez. Just want to put that out there. Jay wasn't here yet. Azrael wasn't here yet. Rob was here. Mo wasn't here. Hardway was probably just getting here from Geno's. Not a lot of guys that were here at that time. Jay Chronic, DeMonto was here every once in a while, doing shows here and there.
Danny DeMonto?
Yeah, Danny DeMonto.
Okay.
Just a bunch of guys just coming together. Nobody known, really. Just a bunch of mosh posh guys just getting put together, putting on a show in Union City, doing what they love to do.
Okay. So when did you feel like you were getting good at this and nothing else? Like, I'm doing all right. I can handle my own. Like, you can go out there and do 5 minutes and not worry.
Well, when I was doing the tag team.
Okay. How long did you team with Payne?
We teamed up for maybe about a year.
Okay.
And that was
singles in between?
No. Just clearly
strictly tag matches.
Plus
your training.
Yes.
Okay.
And training during that time was not easy.
Okay.
A lot of cardio.
Okay.
Mike was actually running the school during the time.
Okay.
A lot of crazy cardio that he was doing. A lot of crazy flip bumps we were doing. Everything. Things to really push us. It helped. Mm-hmm. The mat wrestling came later when Jay and Azrael and Negro, when all of them started to come in. That's when I really started picking up my wrestling and everything like that, and started learning lucha from some of the guys, more so Azrael on that end. Then after me and Payne split up, Mike was like, I'm going to give you a little something. And during that time, I you first start out. I think I did one show, and after that, Mike gave me and Payne the tag belts, and I thought I was like the shit.
Okay.
So I was walking around early in my career with like this big ego, and I was, I had this big ego because just like any other rookie, they get put over in one spot. Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm the best thing on the indie scene, which you don't realize that you're like a small fish in a sea.
And a very large pond in the indie world.
Yeah, it's like...
The Northeast alone is a sea.
Oosh, my God. And I just thought I was the ish. And I learned the hard way that I wasn't. Okay. Lesson learned through Mike, which was something that I needed. Okay. Which was a big wake-up call. And then maybe around that time, a lot of shenanigans with me. And certain people, I think Stockade brought up something, and he knows exactly what I'm talking about, that asshole.
When we interviewed him?
Yes. That jerk.
Yes, but refresh my memory.
Foxy.
Yes.
But we're not going to get into that.
No. That's, okay. That's dead one.
We're going to leave that in the past, exactly where it needs to be.
When we do a U shoot, when we do an ACU shoot, we'll talk about it.
I'll say it all, brother.
But like I told Jay, if you brought a shovel, please feel free to use it. What was like your first major feud in AWA or Ace? What was like the first thing that you started to sink your teeth into? Like a 3-match series or something? No. You're spiking my levels here. What was it?
No. We're kind of on the topic right now. It was the storyline with Foxy Dreams and Damian Dragon.
Okay.
It was a little love triangle storyline thing. That was my first actual push from Mike besides the tag team, but that was my first push by myself to see what I can do. And that was when I was really going in there, really training, really busting my ass. And Mike believed in me, started shooting me to the moon, and gave me the strap there. Then, like I said, the ego got bigger than it can be handled. And
was that the end of that?
And then at the end of that, Mike brought it down to size. But at the same time that Mike brought it down to size, it also brought up my game, and it made me feel and know that I can go with a lot of good workers out here. Because when he took the strap away from me and took my push away, the match that he did was with my first encounter with Jay Lethal.
Okay.
And that match to me was awesome.
Which Jay touched on when we first had him on the show.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Oh, Are you saying you don't listen to my show?
No, I didn't hear him mention it.
You listen to Stockade's episode, but not Jay's?
I didn't know. I did listen to the show, but I didn't hear him mention anything.
He mentioned you on the show.
Oh. Hi, Jay.
You're such an ungrateful guy. I can't. Oh, could you text Jay for me and let him know that I'm sending him his Larry Zbysko shirt? Could you just let him know I said that?
I'll let him know if he answers me back.
Yeah, he's a very busy man.
He's a superstar.
What? Now, you mentioned that as being your first feud as a standout and feeling comfortable and stuff like that. And character development-wise, did you ever, as Mike Donovan, is Mike Donovan an extension of yourself? When did you feel like you were developing your character or intertwining yourself?
Dude, during that time I was so vanilla, it wasn't even funny.
So you were just playing Jane. This doesn't happen till later.
I was just coming out like, come on, let's go. Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Yeah, come on, baby. Yeah. Cheer for me. I'm the good guy. You know, that was me. It was very vanilla.
When did you start establishing like the camo gear, the prelude to the first Diamond run? Like, because I think around the time that you had the Diamond Division title, as a fan of the old arena, is when you were coming into your own.
Yeah. I mean, the character wasn't still there. I was still Mr. Vanilla Babyface that everybody cheered for.
I disagree. I think by the time you had the Diamond for the first time, I wouldn't say you were vanilla, but you had more layers than you did before that.
I honestly felt like during that time, I started showing that I was more of the workhorse of Ace. Because during that time, Hardway, who was the champion, had got injured.
At the time.
Yes, he actually got injured during that time.
Yes.
And so Mike started putting me on. Usually, he would put me on the main events of the show, and he would give me guys that can go, and he'd push me. And I was during that time, during that whole run too. I dedicated myself to coming to the Ace twice a week, training my ass off, getting my cardio together. And during that run, I had some of the best matches I ever had with just plain Jane guys out there, just going out there and stealing the show every chance I got. And it was more of a proving point to me because I wanted to prove that I can make something out of what was given to me, the gift that was given to me with the belt. And I wanted to elevate it. I wanted to make it more important than the heavyweight title. And I feel like this very strongly that at one point it was more important than the heavyweight title.
And to a lot of the Ace veterans, that is very, very true. Was it all the workhorses and competitors at the time that made that title more important? Like, what was so special about that era? Because I have to say, and maybe Mike would disagree with us if he was here or whatever, I have to agree with that statement. But what was it that made that time overlap the title?
Well, like I said, Joe at the time was hurt. There was no heavyweight title defenses. There was no heavyweight title anything. So the one title that was there was the secondary title, which was the Diamond Division title. And just the matches that were coming out were just stellar matches 5-star matches.
Do you feel like it was because it was by default due to the world champion being out? Or it was just like, even if there were world title matches, you still would have kicked ass?
I feel like even if the world title was there, I was still kicking ass. Mm-hmm. I feel very strong about that.
Joey, you perform at the old arena and as a fan. Is that a safe thing to say?
Yeah. I was actually going to ask that. Is it almost by default because there was no world title that you almost didn't have a choice but to make that belt mean more? So in the fans' eyes, they didn't even not that they didn't realize that the world champ wasn't there, but they almost didn't care that that belt wasn't there. It was camouflaged very well,
considering.
Yeah, they almost didn't care that belt wasn't around at the time because the Diamond...
As a worker and a spectator, how were the matches at the time, just to give the fans a better illustration?
Oh, awesome. Some of the best indie wrestling in the Northeast, in my opinion, came out of that building in Union City, regardless of which arena it was in, and I worked in all three of them. But some of the best independent or otherwise... I'm including the big guys in that, but some of the best wrestling, just pure wrestling in general, came out of that building in Union City.
Felt like it was the best kept secret in the indie scene at one point.
Yeah, absolutely. It really was. And then
first time I worked in the, I guess the first time I worked in any of those arenas, in the first one upstairs on the right, or the one where we had to get changed in the stairwell.
Oh, that was fun.
Remember that?
Oh my god!
But the first time I worked there, I fell in love with that place as soon as I walked in because in my head I saw like this is ECW.
It was called the ECW of the Northeast after a while, and
right, and it was not only that, and I don't even mean like weapons and chairs and all that stuff. I just mean
the magic.
How small,
it was the magic. It was the camaraderie of the locker room, the fans,
and the intimacy of the crowd. Buzz. Yeah, right. That's keyword buzz. There was so much buzz around that building. That's what made it. That's what gave it that nickname. I think. ECW of the Northeast.
Someone told me the other day the old building had like a cult following, and I disagree with that because I feel like we weren't just getting traction in our backyard.
No.
We were getting a very nationwide, and we have a nationwide following. The numbers are there on our Roku, on our YouTube, on our Twitter, on Vimeo and all that stuff.
Hey, dude, I remember back then when we were down there, Mike would tell me about people from New Zealand, from this place, that place, all across the world ordering our DVDs. Mm-hmm. And these were not like big names on the cover. These were just regular guys that were working there all the time. And these people were ordering it. They liked the product. The product was good. Mike always makes his product good. The storylines are very, very enticing, very, something you really want to see.
There's a point to everything we do.
Yes.
It almost seemed like the arena itself was, I don't even know what the word is. The arena itself was a big draw. Mm-hmm. As was
the presentation of it, because it looked like a legitimate arena. That alone was different at the time.
It was great for TV, too, or DVD, I mean.
For television.
Great for,
because we had the syndication back then, and we had the public access deal.
That was the second floor on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
That place was so beautiful, man. I miss it.
Yeah, I got to say.
I don't miss that stairwell.
Do you?
No.
And it's a front runner for what some arenas try to do now, because now everybody on the Northeast, they get a tech from Walmart, they put their logo on the top, and that's the entryway.
Yep.
And you know that very well.
Oh, yes, I do.
But you come here, and there's two 60-inch TVs, there's a 50-inch in the tunnel, there's a freaking ramp.
There's a tunnel.
Mike is a freaking madman when it comes to this. I'll say this to the day I die. He will never stop pushing himself. He'll never stop getting creative. I mean, look at what we're in right now. Yeah. We're in literally one of 3, 4, studios that he has in this building?
Yeah, we're in studio 1 of 4.
Come on, like this is no place has this.
And once he gets an idea for something like this, he doesn't stop until it's done.
And he does it 8 times better than the idea.
Oh yeah. But there's no like, you know what, this isn't really going as I planned. Let's just scrap it. Yeah. There's like, hey, this isn't going the way I wanted. Let's do this instead.
Because when we drew out the stage with the TVs and stuff, that was one thing. But then once it was done, I mean, forget it.
Thing of beauty, man.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about your recent series with Style Finesse. And Rob Vegas, and your best of 45 series with EYFBO. You guys wrestle each other, I don't know, about 80 times a week in the last 6 or 7 months. How long was that feud?
Oof, it's still going.
It's still going. Look at that. We're going to talk tag team wrestling with that, and we're going to talk Ricky Richards when we come back on Studio One.
Wrestling fans, this is Joey Image, your Italian hero, and I am here to announce the grand opening of my brand new ProWrestlingTees.com t-shirt store. Check it out at ProWrestlingTees.com/JoeyImage. Every shirt, $20. Super affordable. You can skip your Starbucks drink for a day and buy a shirt, please. And all proceeds go to the Joey Image Retirement Fund. Again, ProWrestlingTees.com/JoeyImage. Thank you very much. Buy the shirt!
Saturday night, August the 29th, join American Championship Entertainment as we partner up with the New Jersey Food and Clothing Rescue Network in a charity show to raise funds for a wonderful cause. See superstars like Astro Morales, Andrew Tiny Johnson, Joey Adams, Mike Donovan, Ricky Richards, and so many more. All proceeds go to benefit the New Jersey Food and Clothing Rescue Network. That's Saturday night, August the 29th at 67 Hathaway Street, the Morgan Junior Arena in Wallington, New Jersey. Help us help others. For more information, log on to aceprowrestling.com or facebook.com/acewrestling.
On September 5th in the Morgan Junior Arena in beautiful Wallington, New Jersey, American Championship Entertainment proudly presents Collision Course. In the main event, Ace Heavyweight Champion TJ Marconi goes one-on-one with former champion Vince Steele. In six-man tag team action, Hollywood Enterprise with Mike Lewis at ringside face off with Andrew Tiny Johnson and Ace tag team champions Mike Donovan and Ricky Richards. Azrael goes one-on-one with Ricky Reyes in a strong style showdown. That and so much more. Ace Pro Wrestling proudly presents Collision Course on September 5th in the Morgan Junior Arena in beautiful Wallington, New Jersey. For tickets, please go to aceprowrestling.com.
Back here on the Studio One, me and Joey Image are sitting with Mike Donovan. Before we get into your current tag team run with Ricky Richards as the Ace Tag Team Champions, you and Rob Vegas, the infamous and famous tag team on the Northeast, Style Finesse. How did that tag team come about? And talk about your relationship with Rob Vegas.
Well, it was something actually that was pitched years ago by Mike. I reneged on it.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Why is that?
I didn't want to. I think during the time after I had teamed up with Dan Payne, Mike wanted to use, or was thinking, or the idea was thrown around of using the same name that I had with Danny.
Which was?
The Outlaws.
Okay.
And I think during this time, this is when Danny got hurt and he had the neck condition. And I don't know, there's something, I felt really bad about it. And I didn't want to use the same name. And like I said, during that time, I had an extremely big ego, and I was just like, "Oh, I don't need to do that. I can do this on my own, Mike. This and that." And obviously, I was wrong because a couple of years later, Mike pitched the idea again, and this time we were actually heels. I think during that time we were going to be nice little vanilla baby faces.
Okay.
And then later on, I had turned heel, and Mike pitched the idea again of I think it was just a random match. It was the last match on the third floor, actually.
Okay.
The very last show. And he had us just team up since he wanted to go off in a big way. He put me and Rob together. It was just a random booking. Me and Rob together with Hardway and Brian Brass.
Okay.
And we tore the house down. Mm-hmm. And me and Rob, we just meshed well. And then from that point on, Mike started pitching the whole idea of putting us together, and that's where it started.
So Style Finesse was born in Ace?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and then how did you guys split in Ace?
Well, we started gaining some traction. Not too much traction on the indies. We got like bookings here and there for Jersey All Pro and stuff like that, Jersey Championship Wrestling. Nothing, this was during like the lulls of the indies. Okay. You know, nothing really crazy was going on during that time. Like everybody was working everywhere, but if you were nobody, then you were pretty much just a filler on the show.
Okay.
And that's how we were getting our stuff. And we just kept doing shows, kept getting some work here and there. We kept doing good business here with Mike. And I believe at one time we just weren't seeing eye to eye. And at that point...
You and Rob or you and Mike?
Me and Rob.
Okay.
and we just weren't agreeing on things. We would argue over the stupidest things, like a spot or something we wanted to call, and he would say this doesn't make sense. I would say it doesn't make sense, and I'm very like strong-minded, so I feel like if I'm right, then I'm gonna stick to my guns, and I wouldn't budge for nobody. And I guess we pretty much got tired of each other. So we sat down with Mike, and he was already done with me. So Rob was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go on my own. And that's when we broke up. The angle was booked to break us up. And during that time, that was actually the time when I started coming into my own with the Diamond Division title, because I was hell-bent on, since I was extremely pissed off at Rob, I was hell-bent on trying to prove him wrong. So I was like, I'm going to come every day, and I'm going to make you regret this, and I'm going to shove this in your goddamn face. And that whole ride happened with the Diamond Division title.
Now, when did you guys get back together outside of Ace?
By mistake.
Really?
Yeah. We were going with Azriel down to NYWC. We were trying to both get ourselves on. At this time, we were actually living together as roommates. Okay. So we actually rehashed all our problems. We were good friends at that time. Or we still are. We went down there. Azriel had his match. The guy said he only has room for a tag match. And we were like, oh, we've teamed before. And the guy
you guys were just going there for work, so anything would have...
Yeah, we were just going there to look for... Yeah, we were going there to just get our foot in the door.
Right.
And the guy was just like, I'm really looking for a full-time tag team. And we just said, yeah, we used to team up. We used to be called Style and Finesse. The guy loved it, and he put us on the show. And then from there, that point on, we started teaming up regularly at NYWC until we found greater pastures, and we moved on, and we've been teaming ever since.
You recently started in a best of 2000 series with EYFBO. No, so you guys were wrestling each other for that first 3-month period. How many times do you think you guys wrestled each other against EYFBO?
I don't even remember. It was just like every time we were in a locker room, we were all looking at each other like, we got to wrestle you again?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But by the original end of it, the matches were getting some publicity.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you guys at, was it JCW, right? Jersey City Championship.
Jersey Championship.
Jersey Championship, where we saw you.
Which is now Game Changer.
Game Changer Wrestling. And you guys tore it up. You guys opened it, and it was a very hard act to follow.
Thank you.
What is it in tag team wrestling that you need to have to create such great matchups? Is it just the opponents? Is it that you have to be a great team and not of yourself? What is it? Was there a team that you and Rob modeled yourself after?
No. I don't think there was a team that we ever modeled ourselves.
You were just combining yourselves.
We just combined ourselves, our two personalities coming together. Me being able to be the little chunky guy that can fly all over the place and can wrestle and can brawl and the whole 9 yards. Rob, the pretty guy who can wrestle, who can brawl. He can't fly, but he can brawl and wrestle. He can wrestle his ass off. He's a great wrestler.
He's fantastic.
Excellent wrestler.
He's right. As Diamond Division champion here in Ace, he is amazing.
Yeah. And it's just our personalities with each other. We click, It just works. You know what I'm saying? And it's really hard for a lot of people to do that. And you need that chemistry to have a really good team. You could put anybody together and it's like, okay, let's do this and that and this. We're cool. We're good. We're this. But if you don't have that chemistry, it won't last long. And it's been lasting because of the chemistry we have with each other. We'll literally talk over a match and I'll say something and he'll be like, I was thinking just that. Okay. Or he'll say something and I'll cut him off and he'll be like, Jesus, I was just about to say that. You're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. And the chemistry is just there between us. We don't even need to go out there and talk about it. We can just look at each other and we know what the other one's going to do.
And as opponents, how do we at EYFBO compliment you guys so much?
They push us. They're the young, brash guys
and
who
they're so entertaining.
Oh, yes, they are. They want to go out there. They want to steal the show every time they're there. They want to just do every crazy thing. And I think they were learning from us and we were learning from them at the same time to push ourselves. Because, come on, let's be honest. I'm 30. Rob's in his mid-30s. And we're just basically at a point that we're just trying to do our thing. And, I got really tired of, before I came back over here, I was getting really tired of the places I was working because I was just settling. And I was working all these old conjures who just wanted to just get through the match. I really wanted to push myself. And when me and Rob started getting our stuff off again, started working those matches with EYFBO, they really wanted to push the crap out of us, and we really helped them out with the psychology end of matches, and they helped us to just push the crap out of ourselves, and we just went out there and just balls to the wall, do your thing, and it started getting some attention.
What other teams did you guys, because that's obviously the most notable, that's the one that got the most notoriety, those matchups.
Right.
What other teams did you guys have really great matches with?
We had a good one with them. We had an okay match with the Carino brothers.
Okay.
It's a pretty good match. We really showcased our stuff in that match. Jesus. We worked Moff and Havoc, which was a really good match. Everybody thinks
total conflict of styles.
Oh yeah, Moff. Everybody thinks that Moff is this big guy that'll hurt you and this and that, which he pretty much is. But if you go in there, he's like, I don't know, he's like as light as a teddy bear, bro. Very good worker, very smart, knows his stuff. He's been doing it for God knows how long, and it was just good. I mean, good hard-nosed fight, but it was good, man.
Let's shift over to Ace now. Right now, you are tag team champions with Ricky Richards.
Yeah.
Putting on some of the best matches of your career and Ricky's. You've taken him under your wing, the last student of the original Ace Arena. What's that been like for you to be in the role of the mentor now to somebody?
Oh, it feels great, man. I'm so proud of Ricky. I'm so proud of the wrestler he's become. When I first started with him, he was really like, I'm sitting there like, I'm teaming with this guy? Come on.
Really?
Yeah, at first I was a little skeptical. I was just like, all right, well, I'm doing my thing. Let me just go out there and just do it. Let's get our stuff, whatever. And then little by little, show after show, I started seeing what Ricky's really about. And he's been surprising me. I've been giving him my pointers. He's been listening, which is good. And I believe the show that really showed me what he's got and really impressed me was when of all people, we worked EYFBO.
Okay.
At the memorial show. He really went out there, he did his thing, and then from that point on, he's been just elevating his game. He's pushing me to elevate my game, and we've been going out there and killing it.
Now, you guys have been successful as a team for almost a full year now.
Mm-hmm.
You just recently held the tag team titles roughly 3 or 4 months ago. As a team, what's next for you guys? Because you guys are champions. There's some fierce competitors coming around now. Is there any team in particular you guys would like to take on?
There's a lot of teams on the indies I'd love to take on. The Kingdom. If you want me to really throw out names, we'd love to work the Kingdom. I can't really think of anybody else. I know the Kingdom for sure. We've got a lot of ROH teams that I really want to sink my teeth into. Bobby Fish and
wow.
Kyle O'Reilly.
And what's his name?
Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Kyle O'Reilly. Love to take on them. Bobby's been here like God knows how many times already. So bring him on back over here.
Yeah.
We'd love to take on Matt and whatever. The Jacksons. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yes.
Young Bucks.
I'm
so horrible with team names. So
I thought
please.
you were saying Matt and Jeff.
No, please.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
No. Listen, we want to keep the building. We don't want to lose the building.
What's next for Mike Donovan?
Interesting question. You know me. I'm very straightforward.
Yes, we know this.
I don't like to bull crap. Hey, shut up your face. Okay?
I'm sorry.
Well, after, once me and this thing with my buddy ends, Ricky Richards, my eyes are definitely where they need to be once this is all done, and that's the heavyweight title.
Can Mike Donovan get the one thing that he hasn't gotten yet?
You're damn right. I'm very confident about that. Ever since Jay proclaimed me as the next Ace Heavyweight champion, I never lost sight of it. I still haven't lost sight of it. My eyes, don't get me wrong, my eyes aren't looking past the tag team titles. I'm very proud of what I've accomplished.
You're saying if and when if that ship sails.
Once that ship sails, it's going to be go time.
And you're saying the only thing left for Mike Donovan is to get the one thing he has not gotten. No matter who the champion is.
Doesn't matter who it is. It could be my best friend, Rob Vegas. I want the heavyweight title. I want to be the man here. I'm not going to lie about it.
Let's talk about our last string of champions, Stockade. Do you think you could take on Stockade?
I've taken on Stockade.
Do you think you could take on Mr. Good Times, TJ Marconi?
Yes.
Vince Steele?
Yes. I know I can take on Vince Steele. Like I said, I'm not blowing smoke up my ass, but I've had matches here with everyone and anyone, any style, that's out there, and I can go with everybody. And like wrestling is, on any given night, anyone can go over. And I know that on any given night, anyone can slip up, and I'll take full advantage of it. Southside knockout, lights out.
It's over. On behalf of Jordan Williams and Steve Steins, I thank you for your time. You know what that means.
My God.
So the younger crowd is popping that listens to us.
Oh, my God.
Thank you for your time. It was a great interview, I have to say. Very open and honest. I think it's the most honest I've ever seen you be in your life. No, I'm kidding. Always a pleasure to have you here. You know how much respect and love I have.
Thank you, brother.
Joey Image, 250 pounds of chiseled spelt over there.
Spelt? I heard about that.
Really?
King of the Southside Knockout. He has proclaimed his future here on Studio One. We'll be right back to wrap things up here.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Harder wanting you to tune in to the Hardway HQ Podcasting Network, courtesy of the johnharder.com. Enjoy such podcasts as the Hardway Podcast, Nick and John Live New Jersey, and the Hardcore BF Podcast. Skits, segments, Nick and News, even a Stu Hart appearance, like you showed us. Check out the Hardway HQ Podcasting Network via the johnharder.com and through iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher.
Saturday night, August the 29th. Join American Championship Entertainment as we partner up with the New Jersey Food and Clothing Rescue Network and a charity show to raise funds for a wonderful cause. CA superstars like Astro Morales, Andrew Tiny Johnson, Joey Adams, Mike Donovan, Ricky Richards, and so many more. All proceeds go to benefit the New Jersey Food and Clothing Rescue Network. That's Saturday night, August the 29th at 67 Hathaway Street, the Morgan Junior Arena in Wallington, New Jersey. Help us help others. For more information, log on to aceprowrestling.com or facebook.com/Ace Wrestling.
On September 5th in the Morgan Junior Arena in beautiful Wallington, New Jersey, American Championship Entertainment proudly presents Collision Course. In the main event, Ace Heavyweight Champion TJ Marconi goes one-on-one with former champion Vince Steele. In six-man tag team action, Hollywood Enterprise with Mike Lewis at ringside face off with Andrew Tiny Johnson and Ace tag team champions Mike Donovan and Ricky Richards. Azrael goes one-on-one with Ricky Reyes in a strong style showdown. That and so much more. Ace Pro Wrestling proudly presents Collision Course on September 5th in the Morgan Junior Arena in beautiful Wallington, New Jersey. For tickets, please go to aceprowrestling.com.
Studio One podcast here. How good of a guest was Mike Donovan, Joey?
Very good.
I gotta say that was the most revealing I've ever seen him. And no, because when you first meet
just the
Donovan,
way you said it sounded like.
When you first meet, well, I gotta tell you the truth. I swore up and down, and God rest his soul, Mikey Jr. knew this. I swore up and down that Donovan hated me for like 6 months when I first met him, which he probably did.
Well, he didn't indicate that he doesn't. He just
that's true.
Answered your questions.
That's true. Knowing him, that's true. He was just very courteous.
He had his arm around me over here. We were all buddy.
That's because we don't know what team he plays for. No, just kidding.
Hopefully the Mets.
Real quick, let's talk SummerSlam because New York is being invaded this week. Are you excited at all for the rematch bigger than WrestleMania? That's the tagline they're using.
I cannot wait. It's not bigger than WrestleMania, but I know that they've been saying that, which is weird because now they're telling everybody, hey, our biggest show of the year, this is more important than that.
Well, that match is too big for WrestleMania.
Yeah. I don't think it's too big for WrestleMania considering it happened at a WrestleMania.
Right.
If it was too big, it wouldn't have worked.
Do you think...
But I'm being literal.
As a match, how do you think Taker and Brock is going to do?
I think it's funny because of the result at Mania. Nobody even remembers how the match went. But I like.
Well, everybody remembers how the match went. The streak's over.
That's the result. I'm saying.
Oh, the match itself.
Remember how the match itself went.
Yeah.
Other than Taker got all screwed up and ended up in the hospital for 3 days or whatever it was. I think the match itself. I really like the story of like the young, hungry Brock. Not that he's young, but you know what I mean.
Compared to, I guess.
Yeah. Right. That he beat the long time, not the champion, but
the incumbent,
the long time, the grizzled vet. Yeah, he beat him, and now the vet wants his revenge. I like that whole story. Like this is,
and that he will do anything to take Brock out.
Right. And I also like the fact that it was a year and a half before they did this.
Yeah.
So it was almost like Taker just like bided his time and
caught him at the best moment.
Yeah, and
because everybody knew the rematch was going to happen at some point.
Eventually, yeah, but I think a lot of people thought it would have been at this year's Mania.
Yeah,
and it wasn't.
Or even last
year's. Him and last year's was the streak.
No, last year was Brock and Roman. Remember that?
What was the year? Wait, when the hell did the streak take?
A year and a half ago now, WrestleMania 30, 2 years ago, roughly.
Oh God!
And now we did Brock and Roman, and here we are now at SummerSlam.
Right. So the last SummerSlam, last Mania was Taker and Wyatt. That was 2015.
Yeah, that was one.
2014
was Taker and Brock.
That's what I just said.
Did you?
Yeah.
In a different way?
No.
The flux capacitor, the flux capacitor has been muffled here.
Oh, you were talking about Brock and Roman Reigns was SummerSlam.
Quite frankly, I'm lost.
I was talking about Mania. But yes, anyway.
Taker or Brock, who's going to win?
Oh God. What I want is Brock. What I think will happen is Taker.
Taker's going to get the win back?
Yeah, I think so.
Clean?
I think they have to. Well, actually, you know what? I think for Brock to still look good, I don't think Taker can beat him clean because I think people are still looking at him going, wow, I saw that picture where he looked like Gandalf and suddenly his hair's not white anymore and now he looks like he can walk. Yeah, that's that one picture where he looked like.
We're gonna shift.
So I think people are still thinking like, well, you know, the old man can't take out the UFC guy, so I think he can't beat him clean for not Taker. I'm sorry, for Lesnar to still look strong.
Cena and Rollins title for title. Is this the match where Cena not necessarily cements his legacy, but finally chiseled etches it along with Ric Flair? Is this 16 on Sunday?
I hope not. And I'm not a Cena hater or I'm not a Rollins lover or whatever. But I just think Cena's still young. He's still got so much to get, so much time in the tank. Like, you know, don't rush it, man. I mean, he doesn't need a title to be over. He's the most over guy in the business right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't need the title. The title won't do anything for him.
My view on it is they're two great title reigns, and I don't want to see either of them come to an end.
Right.
Cena is doing his best work right now as the U.S. champion. Rollins is doing a phenomenal job as the world champion.
And Cena's elevated that title to where it's as important as the world title.
And Rollins is the most sincere heel since Orton's first reign as WWE champion, I think. He's the most legitimate bad guy. I've never seen someone so hated in ages. I don't think Lesnar was hated when he had the belt last year. I disagree with that.
Oh, all right. No, as far as title reigns.
As a bad guy.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's the first solid bad guy in so long. And
I really like that never shuts up shirt.
And he does his job so well.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the modern day WrestleMania matchup, we have the gentleman from the Green Hour Show, Stephen Amell, teaming up with Neville, taking on Stardust and Goldust. No, not Stardust and Goldust. He's doing Stardust and Wade Barrett. Your thoughts on that match?
Is that at SummerSlam? I thought they were doing a one-on-one match.
No, it's a tag.
Oh, when did they announce that?
Last Monday.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big. I feel the way Piper felt when Mr. T worked at WrestleMania 1. I still feel like that, and people are going to call me an idiot and think, well, kayfabe is dead and blah, blah, blah. But, man, it's right outside on my license plates for a reason on my car. I still feel like if you're not a part of this business, you shouldn't be highlighted like that. I don't know if you saw there's a thing on the WWE Network called Dinner for Three.
Yes, I saw that.
Okerlund,
it was very
Piper,
good.
Orndorff.
It was very good.
And Piper explains why he felt the way he did about Mr. T, because Mr. T was just some guy that came into their business, or came into our business, actually, and you know, for him to do as good as he did, that was telling the whole world, hey, this is easy. Anybody can come in here and do this. So I feel the same way don't watch Arrow. I can care less about Stephen Amell. I don't really give a crap. To me, it looks like his last name looks like he was trying to write smell and just typoed it because the A and the S are next to each other. But I don't really like. Not that I don't care. I want Goldust and what's his name to go over.
Stardust and Barrett.
I'm sorry, Stardust and Wade Barrett. I'd like to see them win because I'm a big Wade Barrett guy. But I don't care about Stephen Amell. I don't want him.
Do you think we'll get any cameos by Rock or Austin at this year's SummerSlam, considering it's 4 hours and they're going to have time to fill, even with the 10-match card? I'm
going to assume Austin will do something because I know he's already there.
I think he lands tomorrow.
He wrote something. He wrote something on his Twitter.
Either today or tomorrow he lands, and I know Rock's already in town. And Scott Hall gets in on Saturday night.
They're doing a whole Click reunion. I heard.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
I didn't realize Rock was in town.
Rock is in town. Rock, from what I understand, is already in New York.
So yeah, I can see Austin doing something because they do the podcast on the network. So he's at least got something to plug. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what Rock's doing. Well,
Austin's on the cover of the next game. And all that stuff. And
that's true.
But I'm predicting that Coachman's going to be there. I'm predicting Coachman and The Rock do something.
Oh, that's right.
If ESPN allows him to. I expect that to happen. I don't think Austin wants to, other than his podcast, I don't think he wants to go out there.
Speaking of The Rock, have you been watching the new show, Ballers?
I got to see it. I'm like 5 episodes behind.
It's so good.
It is really good from what I'm hearing.
Oh, it's real good. I love that every other word The Rock says is F. It's amazing.
It shows him in a different dynamic.
Yeah, it's terrific. Such a great show.
And is it 30 minutes or an hour?
30 minutes.
And it's the highest rated 30-minute show in years, I heard.
Yeah. I was surprised when it first came out that it's not an hour show, but I think it's right now it's as long as it needs to be. It's bite-sized. It's not too much.
Well, remember, 80% of the shows at HBO run is an hour anyway.
Right.
So that in itself makes the show different.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be – I think he's the test monkey for what shows they can do at 30 minutes. Rather.
But yeah, it's a great show.
I'm looking forward. Are you going to SummerSlam? I am. Are you going?
No, I don't go to WWE shows unless I can get it for free.
So thanks for making me look like an asshole. All right.
No, well, I don't know. I don't pay to get like I don't pay for WWE or TNA shows.
I paid to go to SummerSlam for your information, sir.
Well, no, it's not, I'm not trying to big time you. Just like people ask me like why not? And I'm like, well, I look at it this way. I've been wrestling for 15 years. Like, does Derek Jeter pay to go to other MLB games?
That's true.
I doubt it.
He walks in and. So Vince McMahon lets you walk in whenever.
I mean, there's people I need to talk to before I can just walk in and say, "Hey, I'm in for free."
What's Vince McMahon like?
I couldn't tell you. I do have his number though.
Okay, that's true. Yes, you do.
But there are, there's still people I need to talk to before I go there. Right. But I don't pay for TNA or WWE tickets. So if I can't, and pay-per-views are tough because I feel like I shouldn't be going to those because I should let paying
customers go. You're taking away from them. Right. That's a great logic for that.
Yeah. So. And plus, I go to the Tilted Kilt in Wayne and Route 23, and they show it on the big screen. And there's a ton of my friends that go there. My girlfriend comes with me. We get a bunch of food and beers and party.
I'll be there for SummerSlam, taking all fan questions.
Well, I hope you're going to be wearing a Joey Image shirt.
I'll be wearing.
I'll look for you
when the Studio One podcast shirt comes out. I'll be wearing that to live event shows. That's what we got to get.
Yeah,
we got to get those with our pictures in the back.
Absolutely. I can add that shirt to my
can we? I can
add that to my Pro Wrestling Tees store, by the way. ProWrestlingTees.com/Joey Image.
We got to get that plug out there. And I am now on Twitter at CheyenneOrtiz_. I promise to tweet for at least a week or so. Don't forget about it again. All right. This is the Studio One podcast. If you're going to say it here, say it in Studio One.